three, two, one. Oh, bring him back. I really think he'd be sensitive or a girl, no way, but I ain't never gave a fuck. So I'm gonna continue to say what I want to say about that bitch. Cause I don't like her.
Lead here in Las Vegas. Woody Marks in the backfield. Oh, give it to Martin. He's into the end zone for the first touchdown of the season for USC.
What a job here up front. Pregnon, the left guard, does a good job of staying on his block and sustaining this block. Very important here. Double team, then he takes over that. Starts as a double team. Watch him stay on that block, and the back gets right behind him. That's the look at our AT&T clicker right there. Really good look.
Pregnon said to be the strongest man on the Trojan squad. Made LSU a believer on that play as Michael Wentz now doing point duties, and USC has a 7-0 lead. And here are the most spectacular, most important 24 yards picked up on this drive.
That again is, you and I are high-fiving. Everybody was looking at it like, when we heard that it was going to, they were going to go with the call on the field, we were excited. And SC finishes off this drive with a 7-0 lead.
What's my next step?
Trade in any phone in any condition for the new Google Pixel 9 with Gemini.
Give me a recipe with these ingredients.
Let's do that.
Only on Verizon.
You know, Coach Prime, it's nice to finally have some free time. Gives you a chance to reflect on the important things.
Like how Aflac pays people money for the expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Health insurance does leave a gap.
But Aflac gives people money to help close that gap. Oh, Coach Prime got one on the line too, baby.
See, that's how you hold up a trophy. Trust me.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
I hope y'all hungry.
I'm glad I brought my own dinner.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Macienda. We bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. With no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to meet my business needs. And I reinvest my 2% cash back to help grow our business with new products, like our tabletop Masa milk. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing Masa to the masses. What's in your wallet?
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZQuil. Better days start with ZQuil nights.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu. Only at Taco Bell. If you say his name 3 times, he will appear.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose. Dig deep and spill your guts. See, I'm willing to do the work.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Next.
Friday, rated PG-13.
Where am I supposed to go from here? My entire life has been pouring into people. don't want to make a mistake. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Want to talk football with a friend? Just tell Siri. Call Jesse on speakerphone.
The USC just finished off an 8-play, 87-yard drive. The highlight, the 24-yard one-handed grab by Kyron Hudson. Woody Mark, the transfer from Mississippi State, paid it off, and now Michael Lance will kick it away for the Trojans as LSU will try to answer, and the ball goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go back to the 2nd and 10 where we had a delay of game called on LSU. This movement right here. Bill, if you could come in and help us, because Brian Kelly is furious. This would have made it 2nd and 15. What's the emphasis this year in the sport?
It's brand new this year with the emphasis saying that if you're within a yard of the line of scrimmage, whether you're stationary or not, you cannot make a quick, abrupt, or exaggerated action that's part of a normal defensive player movement. And that is what pulled the offensive player off. So with the new rule and interpretation this year, that wouldn't have been a foul last year. It is this year.
Because usually it's that linebacker clapping or a defensive lineman yelling, right? That's usually the old school way of getting that call. That's why Brian Kelly is furious.
Well, this will be a more conventional
offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
As a more conventional delay of game, but BK will be no more pleased about that one either. Bill, I have one question about this, Bill Amanye, about the abrupt movement. That's a judgment call then for the officials about what constitutes abrupt as opposed to just a regular
I agree with you on that. That will be a judgment call. But I totally agree with the call that was made on the field. That was intended to pull the offense, and it did.
After the delay of game, Nussmeier goes to work. He picks up what they lost on the penalty and a couple more as we check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, you guys are talking about how this defense for USC looks better, plays better. They're literally throwing their weight around out there. That's because this team as a whole has gained 1,400 pounds under the direction of Director of Sports Nutrition, Rachel Suba. And look at the difference in these photos. Benny Wiley, their performance coach, also bulking guys up. And it has made an impact on the field. Guys are stronger, they're faster, and they are feeling a lot more confident. We saw it in that goal line stand for LSU against LSU.
Now that 1,400 pounds shouldn't be confused with the weight Lincoln Riley feels to get this thing going at USC after a disappointing year last year. And 2 times in a row, Nussmeier has gone to Mason Taylor.
Well, I love this call. And a good job of improvising here. Here is Taylor. He's going to come in motion, but watch how Nussmeier, who's off to a really good start in this game, tight end kind of follows that motion. He kind of changes that arm angle because of the pressure from Muhammad and just kind of gets it out to the flat there.
Kirk had to pick up a few inches for the first down, and Williams will get him more than that. He's out close to the 45, and LSU will move the chains.
I know we don't have a lot of points in this game, but we came in talking about, okay, how's LSU going to do without Jayden Daniels? How's USC going to do without Caleb Williams? And these quarterbacks so far have really played well. Moss 7 of 8, Nussmeier 12 of 14, but more importantly, just in command, in control of their plan and their execution.
Nussmeier executing on Mason Taylor, had in his hands for a big gain, although it might have been deflected. But boy, I think Mason will tell you that's one he had a chance to hold on to.
I think it was deflected. He gets right into the seam. Let's watch the linebacker. It looked like Gentry, who's got such good length. He feels that, gets up, and he does get a hand on that. Mason Taylor very sure-handed, and just that fingertip getting on that by Gentry, who's 6'6". They move him all over the field as a linebacker, sometimes as a nickel. That time he needed every inch of that 6'6" to get that football.
You know, and to Holly's point, Eric is one of the guys who's gained some weight. We've seen him play linebacker at barely 200 pounds. As quick completion, and Xavier Thomas has been noted as a return specialist, but they wanted to get him out in space. A pickup of 11. We might want to mention here, too, Kirk, LSU is missing a guy that they thought would be and will be this year a downfield threat. Chris Hilton not able to play tonight.
Yep, good job of getting that ball outside. How about the block by Pipton there, and also C.J. Daniels. And that is a big loss, Hilton, because of his speed.
Street closed tonight. They expect to get him back later in the season. Nussmeier back to work. Another completion. This one to C.J. Daniels. It's a first down for LSU.
There's that soft cushion again. Let's take a quick look there at Hilton, who is out. And Reese said he'll be back with a loss of Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors, they need all hands on deck to try to fill that production. But again, Nussmeier just in rhythm. And SC, when they get soft with their coverage, pretty easy answer for Joe Sloan as a play caller and his quarterback. Let's not overcomplicate this. If they're soft, let's throw it underneath them and take those yards.
John Emery Jr. is in the backfield for LSU. Highly touted running back, star cross career, and John has it. Didn't know if he was coming back this year or not. He's in there and he has the carries. We check in with Holly.
Guys, you talked about Chris Hilton being out at wide receiver for LSU, but Kyle Parker actually started the game, number 12. He hurt his left elbow on the previous drive. He's been in the locker room. They brought him back out, but I've not seen him return to this game. So they're down 2 guys that were projected starters.
Holly, we'll keep an eye on that for sure. They've made the most of the guys that have been out there. Nussmeier spreads the ball around. Nussmeier gets rid of it. This time Taylor sure-handed. He's got it for the first down, and Mason inside the 20-yard line at LSU trying to answer Kamari Ramsey on the stop.
Has he thrown a ball yet that hasn't hit a receiver in the helmet? I mean, it's incredible. Roll left, roll right, drop straight back, quick game, boom, ball is right on the money. This time you give Mason Taylor a ball like that and a chance to run after the catch and another first down.
He's 15 out of 18, 129 yards in a quarter and a half. Lacey in motion. Nussmeier looking that way now on the wheel, throws it up. Lacey caught it. Did he get down this time? He did. Touchdown LSU.
In this game, in any game, it's about creating matchups, and this is what they're able to do right here with their best receiver going in motion. Watch the reaction from SC's defense. You want to get a safety on your best receiver, and that's what they do with that motion. You get the safety down, look who has to try to cover that best receiver. Ball's there, he's in position, just doesn't make the play, doesn't finish on the play. He was in position, but the ball gets away from him. Ball almost cut away from Lacey, but he does get a hold of it and gets a foot down for that touchdown.
Remember the opening drive? Lacey was
unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 2. That's his first unsportsmanlike foul of the game. The foul will be enforced on the kickoff.
So Lacey got hit with the unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown catch. And I was saying on the other end of the field, he was out of bounds by just inches on the first drive. Almost had a touchdown catch. That time he gets it down. I'm not sure if Ryan agrees with the call. It will be enforced on the kickoff. LSU will try to tie it with the extra point. Damian Ramos is on. And we are all locked up here in Las Vegas after the USC touchdown. LSU answered quickly. Nussmeier spinning it all over the yard. And after the touchdown, Lacey was celebrating and
Must have called Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase about what do I do after I score. In the college game, you got to be careful.
Yeah, I missed it, but he got it.
You know this is happening.
Shall we?
Get the Disney Bundle for live NFL and college football games, family favorites, and the hottest shows.
Hey, you guys are having a party.
Hulu,
Cheers.
Disney Plus,
Okay, here we go.
and ESPN Plus.
Join me. All aboard.
Something for everyone for one low price.
What happens next?
Get the Disney Bundle with plans starting at $9.99 a month.
Labor Day savings are here. Let's put fall into motion, tackle turning colors, warm up welcomes, and add life to lawn. Fall starts with Labor Day savings at the Home Depot.
BK's new fiery mix. 5 items, 5 levels, so you can do you. Level 1's like, level 5's a bit inspiring. Happy days, having your way.
The UPS store is more than just a shipping store. We're the packet, shipping, guaranteed store. We know running a small business takes a lot of grit and hustle. So we're the stress less store and the we've got your back store. Because when you trust us to package and ship it, we guarantee it. So it'll get into the hands of your customer safely. Which is why we're the Stand By Our Work Guaranteed store. Come into the UPS store today and be unstoppable.
LSU locked up at 7. Brian Kelly having a word with the man who just scored a touchdown, Kyron Lacey, who was hit with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
I thought it was the dancing.
Yeah,
it's this.
It's this.
And
that's a good call.
Yeah, that is a good call. And for college football players around the country, we get emotion. It's all. If you're going to have fun with your players, do whatever you want to do. But when you do something like that, when you get involved in talking to the other team, I'm in favor of the flags in the college game. Let them know there are consequences for things, and that should have been called, and it was a good call there by the official.
And so because of that, LSU is backed up to its own 20-yard line, where they'll be kicking off. Aaron Burrell, who was just cleared for work a day or two ago, tried to put a big boot to it, and you have a guy like Zachariah Branch, you really don't want to give him the extra room to work with. Here is Branch, looking for room. Branch has a seam. Goodbye. Oh, I thought he had him. He couldn't put a play by the kickoff man to get him. He was a half step away, or maybe one little move from getting away and housing that.
You know, the big news in the offseason in the NFL, their new rules with the kickoff. It's fun to watch the old school kickoffs here in the college game. And that penalty by Lacey gave Branch a chance to have more space. Pat McAfee, if he's watching, very proud of that kicker's effort. Athletic play, as always, by a kicker. But honestly, the mental mistake by Lacey forces the kickoff unit from LSU back, and it gives Branch a chance, one of the most dangerous return men in college football. And if it weren't for the athletic kicker making that play, he takes that all the way back for a touchdown.
46-yard return. We do have a player down on the field. While we check on his condition, we'll take a break here in Las Vegas. USC has it after the big kickoff return from Branch.
I'm a hitman. I thought I was dying. I hired old Amos to take me out. It turns out I was misdiagnosed.
What?
Don't hate the player. Hate the game. The killer's game. Rated R.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but at Sonic, fun is exactly $1.99 for your favorites like the quarter-pound double cheeseburger. So take that, they. The Fun 99 menu. Always $1.99 each.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey, Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
Any response to the trade rumors we keep hearing about?
Oh, we talking about moving? Not the trade. Not the trade. We talking about moving. No thank you.
You could use Open Door. Sell your house directly to them. It's easy.
I guess we're moving.
Free Holiday Express breakfast, anyone?
impressive. Enjoy our free, fresh, hot breakfast any way you like. Only at Holiday Inn Express, a part of IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Welcome to this year's championship game. This is the big one.
With Amex Gold, you can enjoy over $400 back in dining value annually. So you can raise the bar on game night. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
At Cracker Barrel, there are no breakfast rules because breakfast rules all day long. Like our decadent new French toast bake, topped with our famous fried apples. So come in anytime, and we'll break out the breakfast.
The Modelo Vegas Kickoff Classic is brought to you by Las Vegas. There's no better place to celebrate than the sports and entertainment capital of the world, right here in Las Vegas. And Resorts World. Rule the world at Resorts World Las Vegas and book now at rwlasvegas.com.
The kickoff return from Branch. Moss tries to pay it off immediately, and he does. He's got Deuce Robinson for the big gain.
They get it safety in the middle of the field. They get one-on-one matchup in the slot with great size with Robinson, another big, tall, rangy receiver at 6'6". And Gilbert, who transferred over from Texas A&M, he actually loses his footing, made it easy for Robinson to go right by him. But how about the throw? Again, another great throw by one of the quarterbacks. This time it's Miller Moss.
38 yards on the pickup, and now we've had a bevy of big plays. Moss flips it out, and that was probably the first really inaccurate pass he threw to Jay Fair. Now flags all over the place on the near side of the field.
Yeah, he knew he had a touchdown. I think he just hurried that. You got a block here on the outside by Lane. Probably be a illegal pick or blocking downfield. He's got to at least show that he's running a route instead of taking a guy out.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, offense number 8, 15-yard penalty, repeat first down.
He didn't even make an effort. This is a deke leader. I mean, right in front of us here. Like, make it look like you're going out for a route. Instead, not only you hit him, you follow through. An easy call for the official, and they go from really good field position, a chance to punch it in. Now they go all the way back to the 20-yard line.
The first USC penalty of the game, Kirk, is a costly one, backing them up. So it's now first and goal from the 20-yard line. We have whistles again.
The previous play is under further review for targeting.
Well, that could exacerbate the problem for sure. Or Jacoby Lane if he's so as we look back at this, as you're using the clicker to have a look, and Jacoby Lane waits to see if they're going to call this targeting. You have to, these blindside blocks, we talked about the emphasis on the delay of game, but now you have emphasis from a couple of years ago on these types of blocks.
Yeah, and I didn't see it, but I guess it's worth a review. You can see right there at the top right, that collision. It's hard to see with this look, but it looks like he goes through his chest.
Yeah, forcible contact, head and neck area. Right, Bill? Did you see any indicators? Bill Lamagna, rules expert, with us.
When he's defenseless, both 913 and 914 will apply. So whether you're in movement with the whole upper body.
Yeah, he's right here. And again, he's supposed to just kind of run, put his arms up, make it look like he's running a slant. And instead, it's probably the best look that you're going to get there. Well, here's another one for you, Bill.
I don't think that's targeting.
No on targeting.
I don't think that's targeting.
Okay. Definitely blindside block. Definitely suspect and worth a review. But I don't have targeting.
Our replay official tonight is D. Anderson. We'll see if he agrees with that consideration of whether this will be targeting or not. Here's the call.
After further review, there is no foul for targeting. First down, SC.
I've never seen as polite of a colleague in my life as Reese Davis, who Ben has decided to just take over. I mean, he's just talk about a guy. I mean, Ben, it's a big game here, kid.
You just woke him up.
That's my fault. He heard his name. You can go back to sleep. But Reese is calling a game like Reese is calling a game just to be respectful of Ben.
Ben needs
You're a good man.
Ben needs his sleep. Came from College Station and playing with Reveille yesterday. Now, making sure Ben's not disturbed. First and goal now from the 20 after the blindside block penalty against Lane. He's pleased to be staying in the game, I'm sure. LSU showing a little heat. Miller Moss in trouble, and Miller Moss not free. The ball's on the ground. I think Emmanuel Pregnon might have gotten on it. It was Savion Jones who came in there and knocked it away from the USC quarterback.
Now they bring a blitz out here, which actually frees up. They feel very confident that they can win on the edge. It's pretty easy to win on the edge when you bring that blitz and put that right tackle in an either-or situation. Mason Murphy decides that he's got to pick up that blitz or Major Burns, and it freed it up for the big man there.
So now the penalty and the sack. They've backed all the way up to the 24. Here's Moss. This time a screen. Flips it out. There's Branch. You have the kickoff return. Zachariah Branch gets down to the 4-yard line. Man, is he fun to watch.
It's a heck of a job by Moss just to get this football off. I thought Savion Jones again was going to have a chance to be able to knock it down right there. But then downfield, look at the blocks. The center getting downfield makes a really nice block. Now they're back where they really started here on first and goal.
But it's third and goal now. They try to pay off that great kickoff return from Branch, and then a scintillating play on the screen. Moss firing to the end zone. Going the other way. Oh, and he had it for a second. And Kyron Hudson, who made that great catch earlier, couldn't keep control as he went out of bounds.
Miller Moss gets leveled. I mean, leveled by Major Burns. They keep bringing that blitz off the right edge. Here they come again. And as soon as he delivers the football, that's a clean hit. But watch, I think Hudson gets away with a little push off at the top of that route himself. Uses the hands, does everything to be able to get open. And then I think because the defender, Stamps, didn't give up on the play, I think that last-ditch effort, he may have knocked that ball away from him.
It sure looked like that. It was a really good play by Stamps. The 22-yard field goal attempt is true for Lance. And now USC gets the field goal, and they go back on top by a count of 10-7. So all things considered, LSU came out of that pretty well.
Yeah, I think you and I were thinking, did he, once he went to the ground, Stamps the corner, he didn't see the football, but I love that he doesn't give up on it, and he did. That left hand did get on that to knock that away. That's why you do a million one-on-one drills in practice against your own receivers. Because you're going to be out there on an island, and it's sink or swim. And it started off not so great, but because he didn't give up on it, the progressive pylon cam shows you that he's able to knock that football away. Great job there.
So Ashton Stamps saving a touchdown there, and we've had some wild plays in a game that started off methodically, clock-chewing drives on both sides, a goal line stand, and now all of a sudden you're starting to see the explosive capabilities of both teams. Let's see, after the 22-yard field goal from Lance, he will kick it away. Damian Thomas will watch it fly into the end zone for a touchback, and now Garrett Nussmeier, who's been sensational, goes back to work.
Yeah, he has been absolutely what you would hope to see. Ball is out quick, tough to get pressure on him. Really good decisions, nothing downfield, 7 in coverage. Okay, you're going to leave my back one-on-one with some space. I'll check it down, do the right thing. And then the accuracy. We've seen some amazing throws where he's put it where only his guy can make a play. What we did see there is one of the best catches of the entire night, maybe of this season, when all things are said and done, by LSU, where he put that ball. It was really good location.
LSU will keep it on the ground, a little toss to the edge, and slamming his way for 3 or 4 is Caleb Jackson. Jacoby Covington on the stop for SC.
The other thing that he's doing a really good job of is Malik Neighbors is playing for the New York Giants and Brian Thomas for the Jaguars. Those guys last year were so instrumental. Now first rounders and off to bigger and better things. Wish them all the best. He's thrown to 7 different receivers tonight, spreading it around.
Meyer put it where only his guy could get it, and has been a very productive first half for LSU tight end Mason Taylor, who makes that grab. It's a little bit short of the first down. They'll need a couple.
You know, we used to talk about Mason Taylor and talk about his dad, Jason, who's a Hall of Famer, played for the Dolphins in the NFL, and such a great job. It's such a big story, but that was true 2 years ago. It's still true now, but he's a different guy now. He's put some weight on, and he is a legitimate. He is Mason Taylor. No longer Jason Taylor, just Jason Taylor's son.
And Jason had a good day yesterday. Defensive end coach for Miami Hurricanes after they put it on Florida. First down conversion. Kyron Lacey, who caught the touchdown pass, gets the first down.
Remember 2 years ago, we called this game when he was a true freshman, and into overtime against Alabama. They were expected a big underdog at home at night in Death Valley, and that was it in overtime, the game winner. And we showed his mom there, who was in tears. It was really a special night for him and for his family. And kind of his introduction on a national scene of who he is. And as I said, 2 years later, has become one of the top tight ends in college football, and having a big night tonight.
Well, now we've made 2 of our game day colleagues mad. You made Nick Saban mad by showing that. And then I assumed that Zachariah Branch would just dust the kickoff guy on the return. So McAfee's never going to let me hear the end of that.
30 seconds. Timeout.
As LSU uses a timeout here. Remember, too, we start a new college football season. We're at 2:36 to play here in the first half. There is a new 2-minute timeout. We've been asked not to call it a warning, but at 2 minutes, there's a timeout and a clock stoppage.
Must have been lagging, so I can't hear my left.
End of each half in college football. So an entertaining first half, and both defenses have acquitted themselves well after being much maligned, and rightfully so, the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think that's a great reset. You know, we came into this game with 2 new defensive coordinators. Both guys have tried to rebuild the confidence and kind of the culture on that side of the ball. They played pretty well, considering the other storyline coming in is 2 quarterbacks replacing Heisman Trophy winners. Caleb Williams, who won it last year at USC, and Miller Moss. And, of course, what Jaden Daniels has been able to do the last few years, especially last year. So great stories from the past, but tonight I think both these quarterbacks are showing their fan bases what they can do.
And there have been solid offensive plays, but these 2 defenses the last couple of years have been very sieve-like. It's not the case. They're working for it in this one. Another strike from Nussmeier to Lacey. He's inside the 35 and down to the 32. He is slinging darts, man.
Yeah, I just can't remember a ball that he's missed, you know, and he's just throwing in rhythm. And look at that ball layered right over top of the linebacker, in front of the defensive back. Just hitch, rhythm, ball out on the money.
Josh Williams in the backfield. Josh slips a tackle from Jamil Muhammad, but he does not get away from Nate Clifton as we have hit the 2-minute mark here in the first half. And the aforementioned 2-minute timeout is LSU trying to drive and take the lead before the break. SC up by a field goal here in
Vegas. That's a lagging bad. My God.
I'm the